A very good morning, everybody. Dear children, today we are going to continue our lecture on the same topic what we had stopped yesterday, that is differentiation. But today the topic that we are going to learn is parametric differentiation. Parametric differentiation is actually a topic 6, is a very interesting one. Under this topic, what we are going to study is what is parametric differentiation and how to go about it. First, let us understand what is a parametric equation. What is parametric equation? Say for example, I take x is equal to at square and y is equal to 2at. Now, there are two variables here, x and y. Both the variables are in different parameter. In previous instances, we have seen the functions of this kind where x and y are together, but now in the present instance, the x and y variables are differently defined as at square and 2at. Well, so x is equal to at square and y is equal to 2at. As I told you just now that x is equal to at square and y is equal to 2at, they are defined in two different parameters. Now, what I shall do is that I would be proving that what exactly this equation is representing. For that, you try to take t value, the parameter which is introduced for x and t, replace it in x. What happens? X is equal to a into y square upon 4a square. The a and a cancel and 4ax is equal to y square. Don't you think this is an equation which is quite familiar to you to understand? This is parabola. This is a parabolic equation which is symmetric to x axis. It passes through the x 0, 0. The axis of the parabola is along the x axis, and this is what a parabola y square is equal to 4ax. Interestingly, we have seen this, but we have never seen this particular equations, and therefore these two are called parametric equations. Parametric equations of parabola. This is what you have to understand basically. Well, now, after having understood that it is a parabola, now I shall be explaining you what exactly the differentiation is going to be. How you have to go about this differentiation. Since x and y are defined in the parameter called t, what you need to do is that you have to differentiate in that parameter itself. So, what we will do, you differentiate it with respect to t, you get d by dx of at square, that is equal to a d by dx of t square, that is d by dt, I am extremely sorry, it is d by dt. So, it is a differentiating t square with respect to 2 is 2at now, it is dx by dt. Similarly, you identify the value of this also with respect to t, dy by dt is equal to d by dt of 2at, 2a being constant stands outside, you get d by dt of t is equal to 2a. Now, I have got dy by dt and dy by dx. But according to the problem, I am supposed to find out what is dy by dx is equal to if these are the parametric equations. So, how to go about this? Dy by dx is equal to, I will be writing deliberately this dy by dt into dt by dx. This is exactly what you are going to have. Dy by dt is already obtained by you, that is 2a. Now, dt by dx is a reciprocal of the equation that you have got here. That means this value has to be taken in the reciprocal manner. So, 1 by 2at, the 2a and 2a cancel, therefore, dy by dx is equal to 1 by t. Now, this is exactly what we call the differentiation of the parametric equations. It is rather we call parametric differentiation. Parametric differentiation. Yeah, now we have seen what is parametric equation, what is parametric differentiation, how to go about it also I have explained you. Now, I will be taking a problem which is a bit critical, that is find dy by dx if x is equal to sine cube t upon root cos 2t and y is equal to cos cube t upon root cos 2t. This is a bit lengthy problem that you have to understand. So, I would request you to have a bit higher concentration on this. Look at very carefully the process I do the differentiation. Now, as I told you already, you differentiate with respect to t. It is u by v formula. U by v formula is v square, that is root cos 2t whole square, v u dash, that is root cos 2t into differentiating sine cube is 3 sine square t, again differentiating sine is cos t, minus it is minus u v dash, that is sine q t into differentiating, this is as good as root x formula, that is 1 by 2 root cos 2t, and differentiating cos 2t is going to be minus sine 2t into 2. 2t differentiation is 2. The 2 and 2 cancel, minus will get multiplied with this. What you get is root cos 2t into, that is 3 standing outside here, sine square t cos t minus sine cube t upon root under cos 2t into sine 2t, the 2 are cancelled already. Underneath what you have is cos 2t. Well, now let's go for a simplification. It is going to be 3 cos 2t and sine square t cos t plus it is sine cube t into sine 2t beneath, underneath, what is going to be, this is going to multiply with this, resulting it is cos 2t to the power of 3 by 2. Now, in the similar fashion, I would be calculating dy by dt as well. What it is going to be? Dy by dt is equal to, it is again u by v rule, v u dash, that is root cos 2t, cos cube t differentiation is 3, cos square t, differentiation cos t is minus sin t, minus u v dash, that is cos cube t will remain as it is, underneath this is going to be 2 root cos 2t, differentiating cos 2t is minus 2 sin 2t upon, it is cos 2t, because under root whole square is going to be cos 2t, that is dy by dt is equal to 3 cos 2t into cos square t with negative sign standing outside into sin t minus of minus plus cos cube t into 2 and 2 cancel, you get sin 2t, it is cos 2t to the power of 3 by 2. Now, I want dy by dx, as I did in the previous case, I will be doing dy by dx is equal to dy by dt into dt by dx. That what it results as, dy by dt is equal to minus 3 cos 2t into cos square t into sin t plus cos cube t into sin 2t divided by, this is when you take the reciprocal of this one, this particular term and this particular term will get automatically cancelled. So, this will go into the denominator, 3 cos 2t sin square t into cos t plus sin cube t into sin 2t. This is the end result. Yeah, what I will be doing, now watch very carefully the numerator, I will be writing it as 2 sin t cos to the power of 4t minus, this is cos 2t and the sin t I will take as this sin t into cos square t with 3 standing outside into cos 2t is written as 2 cos square t minus 1 upon, it is going to be cos 2t, again the same structure, 3 1 minus 2 sin square 1 minus 2 sin square t into sin square t into cos t plus Here it is going to be sine to the power of 4t into 2 cos t. I will be taking from the numerator sine t as a common factor, sine t is out, 3 cos to the power 4t minus 2, 3s are 6, 6 cos to the power of 4t minus 3 minus of minus plus 3 sine t upon I am sorry, it is not 3 sine t, it is 3 cos square t, because sine t is already taken out, 3 cos square t, and this comes here down. I take cos t outside, cos t into the sine square will multiply with this one, it becomes 3 sine square t minus 6 sine to the power 4t, 6 sine to the power 4t plus this is going to remain as 2 sine to the power of 4t. Thus, going to be 3 cos square t minus 4 cos to the power of 4t upon this is going to be 3 sine square t minus 4 sine to the power 4t. From here and here I take cos and tan respectively, cos and sine, that is cos t is taken out, this is 3 cos t minus 4 cos cube t upon the sine t into 3 sine t minus 4 sine cube t. Thus it results into tan t into cot t into this is cos 3t upon minus sine 3t. Well, there is a slight error beta. This is 4 cos cube t minus cos t could have been should be minus, and this is plus. Now it is going to be tan t into cot t is 1, and it is going to be cot 3t with negative sign standing outside. Therefore, dy by dx is equal to minus cot 3t is the net result of the parametric differentiation of both the equations which we have given. Higher order derivatives. In fact, let me explain you what is the second order differentiation. Before I go for the second order differentiation, let me explain you what is first order differential equation. Supposing that you take an equation called y is equal to mx, you differentiate it once, you get dy by dx is equal to m. In fact, when you replace it here, what you get is dy by dx into x. This is what we call the differentiation that has got first order. Once you differentiate, first time differentiation gives you first order derivative. First order derivative. That is, then dy by dx is equal to y by x. You differentiate both sides once again, that is d by dx of dy by dx is equal to d by dx of y by x. D square y by dx square, which is of course we can write as y double dash also, is equal to, it is d by dx of u by v rule. U by v rule is again v u dash, that is x dy by dx minus y, differentiating x is 1 and divided by x square. So, this is what we call y double dash is equal to x square. What we have done here is, when we have got one function, the function when was differentiated once, what you got was a first order derivative, and once again the first order derivative put to d by dx, that is second differentiation, what you got is called second derivative. As per our syllabus, we will be concentrating on second order derivative as such. Okay? Well, now I will be taking a small problem for you to make understand how a second order derivative is found. Say for example, find d square y by dx square if y is equal to tan inverse x. What happens? First you differentiate the given function d by dx of tan inverse x. D by dx of tan inverse x is what? 1 upon 1 plus first order derivative. This is FOD. Now I am taking it is dy by dx. Suppose I want second derivative, again you have to differentiate with respect to x. What happens? Dy by dx is equal to d by dx of 1 upon 1 plus x square. That is d square y by dx square. As I told you, it is once again u by v rule. U by v rule makes it what? Very simple. You have already known to this. And v square, then v u dash, that is 1 plus x square. Differentiating 1, differentiating u v dash, that is d by dx of 1 plus x square. Resulting, this is 0 minus, it is going to be 1 into 2x, that is 2x upon 1 plus x square whole square, that is minus 2x upon 1 plus x square whole square. Well, I will be taking one more problem, like I would be taking the 14th question of your textbook, that is if y is equal to a e to the power mx plus b e power nx, then we have to prove that y double dash plus minus y dash plus, it is going to be m and y 0. Now, I will take y is equal to a e power mx, that is going to give me first order derivative. First order derivative dy by of e power mx plus b into d by dx of e power nx. E power nb e power nx. Now, I have got ma e power mx plus nb e power nx. Well, now again I will differentiate this. I get d square y by dx square is equal to, this time when I differentiate I will get mx plus, I have got y double dash, that is here, and I have y dash, that is here, and of course y is already given to these values on the left hand side. E power mx plus n square b e power nx, that is m a e power mx plus n b e power nx and plus m n into the y is a b. If you simplify this, which you know very well, this is how you have to calculate the you have to solve